Hello, my name is Carcia.
And I'm Telly.
And we are the HerCastleGirls. We love to talk about lifestyle and mindset and how we can just apply the best principles we can to our lifestyles. And today we have a really interesting topic. Telly, actually, this was your idea. So tell me a bit about what we're talking about today.
I feel like we should talk about sibling relationships.
Yeah.
Sibling rivalry, kid sibling versus adult siblings.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured, this is actually a really cool topic because we get along so well. We're sisters, in case those who didn't know. And our relationship, it wasn't always like this.
Right.
We have, believe it or not, we have had our heads meet. We've had our fights and our hissy fits and whatnot. But we overcame all of that to be at a place where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people even ask us how we've done it. So
Right.
I thought, you know what, why not talk about it?
Yeah, I think that for people out there looking at it, it does seem like the sibling relationship is one of the most complicated ones. I mean, think about it. You didn't come together because you wanted to.
Right.
You come together because two people,
They got together
and had you.
Yeah.
And therefore you are now in a situation that you could not control.
Right.
You are, for the most part, your development is happening while you're building a relationship with another human being.
Yeah, everyone is a new player to this very big team. Like you got the mom and the dad who don't know what kind of kid they're gonna have in the first place, temperamental or nice and calm.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have like 2 or 3 kids and you don't know how they're gonna get along. And then yes, everyone's going through their different emotion, everyone's going through their growing pains at the same time.
Yeah.
Because parents are trying to learn. They're learning that kid A doesn't like what kid B likes, and kid C is just a completely different. It's just a strange and interesting kind of relationship between the sibling and parent thing. But yeah, so the reason why I saw this recently, I was watching a YouTube video, YouTube all day, every day, and one of our YouTube vloggers, they were talking about the relationship they had with their father.
Right.
She's a twin, and she was saying that despite her dad loves her, and
Right.
our parents love us, so please don't think that we're growing up with no love in our life or anything like that. But what she was saying, I think every sibling could agree with it. She was basically saying that she always felt that her father treated her older sister, her eldest twin, I presume, loved her more than her.
Yeah.
She never blamed her sister because it's not the sibling's fault.
Right.
It's not the sibling's fault. And it's not even the father's fault. Parents show their love in different ways to different kids. So you can't even say, the dad is, for the most part, parents love their kids. They're trying to love their kids in the most even way possible. But she was saying that when she was younger, it was like really, really competitive. Like, she loved her sister, but she was also trying so hard to get this love and affection that she already had, but she felt like she had to really fight for her dad's attention. And she didn't really grow out of it until she was well into her early 20s. And she says that now she's good, like her dad is good, they've had the conversation. And of course he said, I never noticed that. He always felt like he loved everyone the same, all of his kids. But she was saying that deep down it still kind of affects her, because she says that now she's not trying to compete with her sister or any of her other siblings. Now she finds that she's competing with women she doesn't even know. So she's looking into trying to find a way now to maneuver that. But I know we've had the conversation where we say, I always feel like, this parent loves you more than they love me. I think every sibling goes through it.
Yeah, you know what? It's just a part of our development as humans.
Yeah.
We grow up, we're already growing up with the mindset that we aren't good enough.
Yeah.
Right? So you're dealing with that already. The negative self-talk is already embedded.
Yeah.
And then you're growing up with, people that are like maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years older than you.
Right.
So immediately you say, oh, well, they won the track tournament. I didn't win it. Mom and dad are really excited that they graduated from college. I didn't graduate from college, so I am less than because I didn't win the competition that is going on. So there is a sort of, it's embedded within us, unfortunately, to be competitive. In a way, it's a great thing because it keeps you ambitious. It keeps you motivated to push and be your best and reach your highest potential. But at the same time, it makes you look at other people. It makes you look at the people that are closest to you as enemies. And that can be a danger. Some story time. You know, like Telly and I, as we said, we're sisters. I'm older by 2 years. And when we were really, really little, we shared rooms and we fought horribly.
We fought like murderers.
We fought horribly. And you know, it got to a point where basically we both had to be moved to our own rooms. We were fortunate to live in a home where, you know, we could each eventually have our own rooms. And I believe that because of that competitive nature, you know, we almost grew, we both lived our own lives. We had very different, like, I had a group of friends, you had a group of friends. I played different sports than you played. I was in different things than you were. We lived completely different lives to where, you know, sometimes even when we were going to the same school, we wouldn't even see each other until we got home that day. So it actually was healthy for our relationship at that time. And the reason why I say that is because I think it's important really to grow up around people that you don't live with.
Oh, I agree.
I think it's important for development, especially in the ages of like 12 to 18. It's very important. And I think that has a lot to do with even making the relationship with your siblings sweeter when you don't hang out all the time as teenagers. Because when you are 21, 25, whatever age, and you're getting to really know your sibling, you're like, you know what? I actually like you.
You're not too bad.
Okay, because that thing, which is your parents' love, which is what you were competing against, it's no longer up on the mantle for you to try to reach when you're at those ages of, you know, 20, 21, etc. And I think it's important for siblings to realize that it's okay as well to, you don't have to be best friends. I know that we've met people that are like, oh, I wish I had a relationship like I had with, and you know, yeah, it's great having a relationship with my sister to the point where we can work together and, you know, we can go years without fighting, especially
these
now. You know, we've grown up. I think we've reached, you know, our full maturity, so we're not going through that situation. But for some, they don't, unfortunately, they don't get to have that bond.
Yeah, and I feel too that I feel like with the mindfulness that we took, you know, you started on the mindfulness journey, you introduced me to it, and I started getting into it myself, and that really helped to make our bond even stronger. When we were in our 20s, I agree with you. That's when our friendship was starting to meld. We started having the same friends. We started liking the same things. And the fights, even if we did fight when we were in our 20s, it was like 20 minutes tops of us not talking to each other, and then we were fine again. So I find that now that we're in our 40s, it's just like, yeah, like we don't have time to fight or argue or anything like that. But I do feel too that what really solidified our friendship even more, like from 2020 to now, really is the mindfulness work we did, where we had to really discover ourselves. Like, I know what makes her tick and where I shouldn't step on, and she knows the same for me. So we just don't push those buttons anymore, because it's like, why would I want to make my sister upset? And vice versa. So there's a huge respect for each other now than ever before. But I really do feel that the mindfulness really helped to get us to this point.
Yeah, I believe that inner work is so important. If you want to see a relationship improve, and this can go beyond siblings, it can go between parents and their kids, you in a romantic relationship, you with your friends. I think if you want to see togetherness and if you want to see completeness around you, start from the inside. You know, start the work from within.
That part.
Do the work from within. Figure out what is going on in here.
Yeah.
And that will help you to become a better connector with other people in your life. The reason why a lot of people don't get along with people that they've grown up with is because they have unresolved problems that they never chose to work on.
Well, it's true. And I guess I don't know if they're just, maybe just plain afraid.
Yeah.
It's like a Pandora's box where they fear that if they open it, is this going to lead to another, it's like an onion, like it's layers upon layers upon layers. And I've seen it, Carcia's seen it, where some families, they try their best to get their kids to just work together in their adulthood, and they'll all go to like a group therapy session. And what should help ends up like exploding because this person says, well, when I was 10, you did, because you know, all this unresolved business that should have been dealt with years ago never was, especially in our community. There's a lot of things in our community where we just have to keep things, you know, on the hush-hush. Hearing blind, seeing deaf,
slow of speech.
So, you know,
ask any Jamaican, they'll know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Or hearing blind, I should have said hearing deaf. Hearing deaf, seeing blind, slow of speech. That's the saying. Yeah, and because of that, so much of us grow up with all this unresolved business inside of us, and when someone, unfortunately, at the family barbecue, someone says the wrong thing or Uncle Tom comes in and that's it. It is like fire going off. And all because of just this ridiculous thing of not working on yourself and getting those conversations going.
You know what? And here's the reason why these conversations don't happen. It's painful. It's painful to heal. Anyone that's been through surgery, when you go into surgery, you go through the procedure, you get out of the hospital, you spend the next 2-3 months in pain because you're healing. And family healing, relationship healing, it hurts just as much. And you have to have the strength to know that there is going to be a long period of time of pain. And that's why a lot of people don't bother with the process. Because it hurts too much.
It hurts too much. It's funny with you saying that. It hurts because even with surgery, eventually the pain will subside. But there are some things with family where it will never. The pain will always be there.
And it has to be a two-way street. Just because you want to heal doesn't mean other people want to heal. So sometimes it's very one-sided. And you have to say to yourself, well, you know what? Today I'm going to forgive you because I need to move on. You can stay there and be mad. You can stay there and be angry. But I here, with that forgiveness that I set down today, this will be the closure and this will be the cord cutting that I need to cut myself out of this situation and continue on my life journey. And again, some people will hear that and say, wow, that's pretty harsh, girl. But if we're not doing this, you're literally sitting, it's like almost sitting in your own filth. I'm sorry.
It is.
Like,
no, you're right.
You need to stop it and turn your back and continue forward.
Just walk away. People feel that if they forgive, they feel like they're allowing that person. But forgiveness isn't really for the other person. It's more so for you. So that you can say, yo, I did my part. I'm leaving this entire ridiculous conversation or situation and I'm choosing me. That's why you're forgiving that person. And it's still going to hurt. No one said that as soon as you forgive, it's just going to, snap your finger and it's all pain is gone. It will take time. But I feel that if you just keep taking one step at a time and just forgiving yourself too, because life is weird.
Yeah, I would say my tip here is focus on what you can control. What you can control is yourself. So what that means is doing the inner work that you need and not looking left or right to say, are you going to do this with me? Are you going to do this with me? No, it's a journey in which you go with you and yourself. Just you and your inner self going for a walk, walking through your healing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And once you do that work, I believe that the people around you that truly love you, they will see that light, they will see that ray of love that you're carrying, and they're gonna be like, wow, you know what, girl, let's sit down and talk about some situations that we had that we need to work through.
I feel that too. So that's siblings in a nutshell.
That's siblings in a nutshell. It's a process that we went through. I'm sure it's a process that many siblings that get along as adults, this is what they went through. It is truly a unique relationship.
It is.
But it's also a blessing. Not everyone gets to have a sibling. Not everyone gets to have a best friend that has the same parents as them or the same lineage as them.
Yeah.
So count it as a blessing.
It is.
And just continue that inner work. And if you love to listen to us banter over lifestyle, mindfulness, and just stuff, then continue to listen to our podcast, It's All Connected by HerCastleGirls. Check us out online at HerCastleGirls.com. And we're on Instagram, HerCastleGirls handle. And we would love for you to join our families. So follow us wherever you listen to podcasts and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search HerCastleGirls.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and for watching. We will see you again with a new video. We always upload, so don't worry. We will always keep you entertained. Bye.